I want to start to get into this story that I've read in your article, and I think really from what I can glean, that story begins in 1983. So a paper is published in the American Journal of Science by French scientists, and that paper said that French scientists had isolated a virus that they called Htlv, which went on to be known as HIV, from an AIDS patient. And in that same issue of the American Journal of Science, Robert Gallo, a scientist in the USA, claimed that in two different articles in that journal that there were links between the human T-cell leukemia virus, Htlv for short, and AIDS. What at that time in that American Journal of Science, Dr. Karpus, what were the differences in what the French and the USA scientists were saying at that time?
Well, Gallo was claiming, since he managed to get credit for the discovery of Htlv, although I think it was the Japanese who first discovered it because it's quite common in Japan. He tried to say that the virus that caused leukemia, namely a proliferation, malignant proliferation of T cells that leads to the cancer leukemia, is also the cause of AIDS. In contrast, the French team said it was a different virus, although both of them were retroviruses in the sense that they have the enzyme which is called reverse transcriptase, namely that can make a DNA copy of the viral genome, but they belong to two distinct subgroup of retroviruses. The one virus, Gallo claimed, the Htlv, belongs to the onco retroviral subgroup, while the French isolate belongs to the lenti subgroup, which is a virus that, in contrast to the onco that makes cells proliferate, the lenti retroviruses kill cells. And since they subsequently, the French showed that it actually killed the T cells, the white blood cells, which are very important in the generation of antibodies in the bodies, that's how, and also explain why AIDS developed. And in fact, the French sent their second paper because they knew that somehow Gallo dominates the journal Science, which is like the American counterpart of Nature. They sent it to London, to the journal Nature.
Yeah, I just want to this seems like a really important aspect kind of in what you say. So as you're saying, there was a second paper submitted by the French in May of 1983 to the Nature publication. Now that second paper, I think you were just coming on to this, but that second paper that was submitted in May of 1983, what was that about, and what happened to that paper?